name's John. Welcome to our channel, Conversations with Ezra.
And I'm Allegra, and I channel Ezra, a group of non physical collective consciousness.
In today's video, we're going to ask the question, do you want to manifest faster? And if so, get excited.
You might be doing all the right things, visualizing, affirming, staying positive, but still not seeing results. Why? Well, Ezra says it comes down to one key emotion you might be missing, and that emotion is excitement. In this video, you'll learn how joy, happiness, and that spark of excitement shift your vibration instantly, and why they're the missing link between you and everything you've been asking for.
And today's video is based on a tidbit of inspiration. I always say information, but it's a tidbit of
Inspiration
inspiration from
from,
Ezra.
there we go.
So here we go. I'm just going to read this, what Ezra sent to us.
Yes.
The emotions of joy and happiness are the closest things you can get to that pure source energy. And as you vibrate in those higher states, you allow things that you're wanting to come more to you more readily.
Mhm.
You remove resistance that you have around the lower energy. We would
Yes.
say be more excited. For in the excitement, there is joy and there is happiness. And as you remain in that excited, non resistant state, you will call to you more readily the things that you are wanting to experience.
Yes. So it seems as if we may have a really good conversation around the topic of excitement and getting the things that you'd like to have. So we'll be right back and we will bring Ezra forward.
All right.
We are here.
Welcome back.
Good to be back.
Yeah, we're doing a segment for our channel today, Ezra, on uh, joy, happiness, and excitement. And we got several questions for you. So the first one, we'll jump right into it. Why are joy and happiness so closely connected to source energy?
Those are the emotions next to love that creates a perfect environment for non resistance. When you experience love the way humans do, you find that there is no room for anything else. It is the same with excitement, joy, and happiness. When you experience that emotion or any emotion, you cannot have an experience of sadness and happiness at the same time, even though some of you may say, yes, you do, but you cannot. Emotions can be switched instantaneously from joy to sadness or sadness to joy. But as you switch the emotions and you move to joy, you cannot experience the opposite of that in that moment as you are experiencing it. And in experiencing that emotion of joy, there is no resistance because you are not vibrating in the lower energy or lower emotions. Understood?
Understood. So
Another asking.
what makes them so powerful then, these emotions?
In that moment of joy, excitement, happiness, love, what happens is that there is a lowering of the resistance. So all the things that you deem to be worrisome cannot reside in your space as you are experiencing the joy. And as you are experiencing the joy with no resistance or any of those negative things, what happens is that that energy gets tuned in by the universe, and there is the allowing of what you would like to have to come in, whether it's in small bits or in a very big way. And eventually, those things do manifest into your reality. But in that moment of joy, what happens is there's a speeding up of what it is you'd like to have to manifest because of the pureness of the energy and of the vibration that non resistant state. For as in any circumstance, if there is non resistant, the universe will respond quicker. But most humans tend to want to weigh the pros and cons of situations or have wavering in their emotions of negative and positive. And as you waver in the negative or positive, the one that you tend to hold to the most is what will either allow that thing to come forth faster in a positive way or allow that thing to come faster in a negative way. So we do always advocate for joy, happiness, excitement, for it allows those things to materialize faster. Another asking.
Yeah. So how can we generate genuine excitement, especially when things like in life feel stagnant or difficult?
Genuine excitement, we would like to explain this in a way that would have you see the bigger picture of what excitement can do and what excitement can look like. We would like to say there is nothing that is genuine or ingenuine around excitement. It's either you are excited or you are not. You cannot fake excitement because the universe does not respond to words. The universe runs purely on vibration, purely on the emotion, the energy around that. So it is either you are excited or not. There is no general, there is no overly excited, less excited. There is only excitement. And if you are not in excitement, then you are in the other, the opposite of that. So if you are in a situation that you are not feeling excited, then instead of trying to find something exciting around the situation, focus on something else. Look for other things that will give you a moment of joy. Humans tend to think that the more that they sit in an issue and try to be positive around it, they think that that will get them to that place of feeling good. But sometimes the issue is so big, sometimes the negative is so much that you really cannot find the positive aspect of it. So look for something else that will allow you to feel a moment of joy. Focus on something other than the issue or the problem, as you will. And as you do that and you start looking for things that feel better, that is not associated with the problem, that problem or issue has no choice but to start diminishing and allowing answers or things to come into your experience. And if you can train yourself to look for the positive things longer and longer and faster, issues becomes smaller faster, manifestations become quicker for the positive things that you'd like to experience, and then your reality changes a lot faster. But some humans tend to take their mind away from the issue, find something that they feel joy about, and as they go back to the issue, they make it bigger again because they pick up right where they left off. They do not try to move to the issue from a place of joy by simply saying to themselves, I feel better now, and I'm positive that I can solve this, or find the answer. Instead, they go right back into the problem solving mode. Another asking.
So uh, uh, we like to use this phrase, "fake it till you make it," and acting as if. Those are two different things, aren't they?
There are two different things, yes. And humans have to their disposal a myriad of emotions. So why fake it till you make it? There is no need to fake it till you make it. If there is something in the making, and there is an opposition of it facing you at the moment, you have so many other emotions that you can tend to or turn your attention to that would allow you to feel the joy that will move you up to that state of joy and see movement on the things that you are deeming negative. But humans tend to want to stay there. Understand the power of your emotions. If you are wanting, let's say, for example, you are wanting a job or you are in a job and you are wanting to be in a certain position in this job. But others, you've seen others come in and they've moved up. You've seen others portray their life to be something of spectacular. And you say to yourself, I'm just going to fake it till I make it so others won't recognize that I am not where I'm wanting to be. Why fake it till you make it? We would say, look for other aspects in your life that is pleasing to you and be happy. Not fake happy, not fake excitement, but be happy and excited about those things. And then you will realize that as you are happy and excited about those things, the issue with the job will resolve itself. You will find that you may move into the position that you are wanting to be in, or you may move to another job that gives you the position that you are wanting to be in. There is no need to fake it till you make it. And as for the other, just simply being is enough. Finding those moments of happiness and being happy, being joyful, being excited. Another asking,
So speak to the idea that we don't have to wait for something good to happen before we feel joy.
hmm, we would say, believe it and then you will see it. Be joyful and it will come to you easily. Those are the advice that we would give. So, again, to the point of finding the excitement and staying in that emotion vibration for as long as you possibly can. And as you do that, you are offering a non resistant state for the universe to say, here you are. This is what you've been waiting for. We will yield, give it to you. And that's how those things come about. That's the whole point of being excited, being happy, being carefree, not taking on what others think about you, and coming into your own power emotionally. Another asking,
So how can we access those elevated emotions now before the manifestation arrives?
look for any and everything that makes you feel good. Any everything that creates a positive environment. Enjoy the little things, and we know that you have heard these things over and over. It's the journey, it's the little things, but it is really the journey and the little things that leads up to the big things. So as you are enjoying the little things along the journey, the big thing shows up and there is that big enjoyment, that big, wonderful, excited feeling because something have materialized and you did that. Another asking,
So we don't just visualize on what we want. If we're not feeling that that's in cards for us at the moment, then visualize on something that just makes us happy. Just get happy kind of thing. Is that what you're saying?
just get happy. And
Mm-hmm.
if the visualizing of the thing that you want is muddied by a bit of negative emotion or confusion, then don't put your attention on it quite as much. Try to sort out within yourself what is it that is causing the hiccup in feeling the pure joy around the thing that you'd like to have. And if you cannot, then turn your attention to something that gives you joy. And as you've turned your attention to the thing that gives you joy, a lot of times in that place of enjoyment, the thing that is giving you the hiccup on the other subject usually reveals itself. And you are more equipped to move past it because you are now in a non resistant state. Another asking
So does the role of resistance actually play a part in the process?
always does. For in the understanding and the awareness of the resistance, you instantaneously understand that there is a need for clarity. But sometimes some of you will sit in the resistance, not understanding that the clarity, the answer is already given. And if you would move to a place that is a little bit more allowing, the clarity and the answers will come to you. Understood?
Understood.
Another asking.
So is resistance actually emotional, or can it be mental, physical, that sort of thing?
All of the above, but it usually starts with the emotion. So if there is a resistance within you around any given topic, and you are experiencing the emotions of sadness, the emotions of guilt, the emotions of anger, the emotions of not being clear, then what happens is as you experience those emotions longer, depression, all that stuff, as you experience those emotions longer, then the manifestation shows up as illness. It shows up as the moving away, the less lack of certain things. And that is where that plays in terms of manifestation. Another asking,
Yeah, so finally, if joy is so powerful, why do so many of us resist it or feel guilty when we feel good?
because you were told not to.
Huh?
Believe it or not, humans have become conditioned to not paying attention to their emotions. And they have been told over and over again that the idea of joy may be a negative thing and it needs to be switched or dumbed down. And we would say, never dumb down that joy. Play it out to its highest level and see what happens. As a child, you may have experienced joy and was told you're being too loud, or it's time to stop playing, or stop using your imagination. And as you got older, instead of moving back to those places, you deem it as this is the way it should be. So you act from that place of less. And it is a place of less, it is a place of lack, a place of not being your authentic self. But the more you come to understand the role of the emotions that you have, you were born with, were given to you as guides coming in, when you understand that it plays a role in getting you from point A to point B, you start paying attention to the emotions you have around situation and things that come into your path. And if you are choosing consistently or as consistently as you can, the upper levels of those emotions, which includes joy, confidence, excitement, happiness, love, all of those things, you will notice that life changes a lot faster for you in the moving towards where you would like to be. And sometimes because your moving to where you would like to be does not fit into the role of what others may like to have you experience, you tend to go to the lower extreme of the emotions to please them. So, in situations where you should be feeling immense joy, you choose indifference. And even though you may think you are not choosing, the fact that you are indifferent is still also a choice. There is no such thing as no choices, or even not choosing is a choice. Saying that I am not going to choose sides is still a choice. The word choose is still active in there. So you are choosing. So if there is always a choice, then why not choose excitement and happiness? No?
Mhm.
Yes. Another asking.
No, I think we've done enough asking for today. This has been a wonderful session. It's been exciting to be a part of it, and we hope to talk to you soon.
Very well. We enjoy the interaction immensely and look forward to our next session. Good day. Hi.
Hey,
Hello, guys.
so welcome back.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Um, we had a great session,
Yeah.
but it brought up something in me. When I was in early in my recovery,
Yeah.
I was one of the happier guys. I would go to my AA meetings and stuff like that, and
Right.
I was happy,
Yes.
and I was enjoying my life because I wasn't dying anymore. And
Okay.
I thought
That's
that
actually pretty
was
good.
pretty
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
And one guy accused me of being full of it. He says nobody can be that happy all the time, and I says yes, you can. I says it's actually a choice. So even back
Yeah.
then, even though I didn't understand, I understood that you have a choice. You can choose
Yes.
to sit in some suffering or misery, or you
Right.
can wake up in the morning and say, "Hey, today's going to be a
Today's a
good day."
good day. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yep.
one of the things I came up with
Yeah.
from this.
So I'm guessing Ezra talked about choices,
Oh yeah.
even though we were talking about excitement.
Well, we have a choice when we wake up in the morning. We can choose to be grumpy or
Yeah.
you know carry on the argument you had the night before
Yep.
because we
Or
were bickering a little bit last night.
oh my God!
But
So this
so
now
but
you guys know that this is not scripted. Okay.
so we were bickering a bit last night. We woke up
Yeah,
this
we
morning
were.
and that was no longer part of
No,
our lives. So
no.
we made a
We
choice.
usually try to make a choice
Yeah.
not to be angry for too long. So.
That's what I mean. We woke up this morning and we
Oh
made a choice.
shoot.
We could either be miserable and continue to be grumpy, or we could
Or we can
choose joy. So I like the
and
idea of
move on.
choosing joy, happiness, excitement. Life's a
Yep.
lot lighter and easier.
It is.
You know.
As you can tell, I'm still laughing that he brought that up for you guys. But hey, we're on open book. We try to be as open as we can without being detrimental. So there it is. We had an argument.
We bickered. Anyway, uh, okay, so
Okay,
that's it
so
for today. So
I hope you guys have fun with this, and if you made it to the end, I hope we made you guys smile a little bit.
yeah,
So yeah. So until next time, hit the like button, subscribe, email us with comments, comment down below if you need to, if you think that you've seen something in this that you'd like
mhm.
clarity upon, or just to say, you know what, hey guys, you're doing a good job. We like hearing that too.
Oh,
So
yeah, actually, especially me.
yeah.
But no, this was a fun session, and
Yeah.
I hope to see you when we come up with the next video because
Yes.
we're trying to have fun with this, but it's just phenomenal being a part of this with Ezra. So,
Yeah. So again, have a good one, guys, and we will talk to you soon.
bye bye.
Bye.